Hey guys, Sean here. Welcome back to another video. In today's video, I'm gonna give you 5 different tips on how you can communicate more effectively with your loved ones here on YouTube and most importantly in your life overall. So if you're ready, let's get into it.
Nerf this!
So I'm gonna start this video off by saying number 1 is to be confident. And how do we do that? We're confident when we sit up straight, shoulders back, chest out, not too pushed out like we're trying to peacock, so to speak, but make sure you're making eye contact, the 80-20 rule, and if you don't know what that is, I can go into body language a lot more in another video, but keep the 80-20 rule of eye contact. Make sure you're speaking firmly, speaking slowly, because speaking quickly relates to a less confident person. So make sure you're sitting up tall, smiling, making eye contact, and speaking slowly. So that's number 1, guys. Be confident in your message. We're trying to say to the other party and make sure that they know that you're confident in what you're talking about. So that's number 1. All right, so I don't have to go to the office today, so that means today is totally dedicated to content creation. But first, coffee. Alright, so now that that's done, have my coffee, feeling energized. I gotta go to the gym today. I have to go to Best Buy and find a mic for this camera, because if you watch my last video, there was a part where it got super windy and I just decided that it's time to buy a wind reducing mic, because I do a lot of filming outside, obviously with the drone shots as you guys see. And if you didn't see my last video, it was tip number 2 that I got a lot of wind on. I'll link it above right now. And yeah, it's just time to get one. I think it'll be a good investment to the channel. So I gotta go do that. And most importantly, create as much content as I can today, because I'm trying to pump out a lot more for you guys, because the channel seems like it's gaining a little bit of traction. So I definitely wanna keep that up. All right, guys. So Best Buy is just opening now, so I'm gonna head over there to check out the mic, and on the way I'll give you the second tip on how you can communicate more effectively. So it's raining. I wasn't expecting that.
Silent nights recalling you, a souvenir of what it could be.
You know what time it is. It's time for the car tip. Tip 2 is to establish credibility. You need to make the person you are speaking with know that you know what you're talking about. And how do we do that? We provide some sort of proof that we know what we're talking about. I'll give you a quick example. And for me, it would be something like, you should watch these videos and listen to me, because I've been studying this stuff since I was 15 years old. So for over 10 years, I've been studying this stuff, reading books, attending seminars, taking courses on how to make others believe in themselves and become the best version of themselves, and doing that to myself in the process. So let the person you're trying to communicate with know that you know what you're talking about, and provide some sort of social proof, like a reference or an example like I just gave to you, where I was telling you that I've been studying personal development and self-growth for over 10 years. So number 2 is to establish credibility, provide some sort of social proof, and let them know that you indeed know what you're talking about. That's number 2. Let's keep it rolling.
I forgot the parts I'm missing. I pretend that we are okay, like nothing's ever broken. And I pretend that we are dancing, like the nights are never ending.
Look at all these drones, guys. Dope. It's a sick gimbal right there, another drone. Speaking of drones, a lot of people have been asking me where I got mine. I'll link it down in the description. I fly a Mavic Pro. Awesome. They have, I think I spent 1,200 bucks on it, so it was expensive, but they have a lot more cheaper options. So I'll link a few down in the description box so you can check them out. So they didn't have one, not with the USB port, which I need for the G7X, which is the camera I use. Speaking of camera I use, I always link it down in the description. You can probably hear the wind right now, which is annoying. But I will link the camera that I use to the G7X and the Canon Rebel down in the description. So if you want to check those out, you can. I'm gonna go try Guitar Center just because it's in the same lot. See if we have any luck over there. Attempt number 2 failed, but that's okay. We're gonna keep rolling. I'm gonna try a few other places. If not, when in doubt, Amazon. Hence why I link all my stuff in the description to Amazon. But the search is still on. And while I'm here, stopped, I figured this might be a good time to give you tip number 3 on how to communicate more effectively. So step 3 on how to communicate more effectively is to focus on the key points that you want to communicate. What do you want the person you're communicating with to understand, or what do you want them to really take out of what you're saying? And we do this by saying what we mean and meaning what we say. And a lot of times those two get mixed up. For example, if you're communicating to an employee or someone you're working with, hey, I need this done by 5 o'clock today. So a poor way of communicating that message would be, hey, when you get a chance at some point, can you get this done? That's not giving a firm deadline. It's coming across that there's some leeway on the person that you're communicating with. Instead of saying something like, hey Jim, I really appreciate all your hard work. I really need this done by 5 o'clock today. It's really important that it gets done, so if you could do that for me, I'd be so thankful. So see the difference between the two? The first one's like, hey, if you get a sec, why not? The second one's like, hey man, I really need you. All right, so it's really setting the tone, and it's really focusing on a key point that you need. You need that project done today. Not, hey, I need this done at some point, but I need it done today. So focus on key points when you're talking to someone, and that will make your communication more effective. So let's keep this thing going. I'm gonna head home and kind of get my bearings and see what I'm gonna do next. So I just threw some laundry in. I think I'm gonna try one other Best Buy location before I go on to Amazon, only because I want everything yesterday. I'm an impatient, so I want to get one today. So I'm gonna try there and let's see what happens. But before we go, I will give you the 4th tip on how you can become a more effective communicator in all areas of your life. And it kind of ties into the last tip, but that is to ask for feedback and understanding. So when you're conveying a message to the person you're trying to communicate with, make sure that they know what you mean, and make sure that your intent is not getting confused with the meaning. And so it goes back to meaning what you say and saying what you mean. A lot of times I'll ask people, does that make sense? Do you understand what I'm trying to say? What do you think I mean by that? And when I listen to what they're saying and I get feedback from them, I'll know if my message is being conveyed in the way that I want it to, and the way that I want to be understood, and I'm not getting anything confused, or I'm not confusing the other person. And going back to the last example I gave, I need this done at some point, or I need this done today by 5 o'clock, please. You know what I mean? So by me saying that, I hope you guys understand what I'm trying to convey here. All right, so let's head on out and see if we can't find that mic, son. For 3, struck out, no mic there that'll fit this camera. It's okay. Like I said before, I'm gonna go on Amazon and try my luck there. I'm sure they're gonna have something I'll be able to use. So I'm not totally discouraged, but obviously I'll just have to be patient and wait until it comes in from Amazon. Come and eat, Shui. It's all right there for you. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. He's getting all scared and confused. Getting all scared and confused. Alright guys, because I've spent all of today driving all over God's creation trying to find that roadie mic that would fit on my camera and was unsuccessful, I'm going to end the video here. I'm going to give you the 5th and final way you can improve your communication in your everyday life right here, and that is to listen, guys. Yes, listen to what the other person is saying. Try to get feedback to see if they're understanding what you're saying, but most importantly, listen to their wants, their needs, and try to pick up on context clues to figure out what exactly they're looking for. Alright? The biggest part of communication is that it is a two-way street. Yes, you give, but you also receive. What I mean in saying that is that it's a two-way street. You can't always just do all the talking. And a lot of people get me confused and they say, oh man, Sean, you're so quiet. You're so different on your videos. I didn't expect this coming. And that is, I do a lot of listening. And I let people talk because, one, people love to talk. But two, pick up on a lot of things. And I try to establish what that person is looking for, what they want, what they need, and try to do my best to facilitate that. So I hope that makes sense. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you got a lot out of it. If you just need a little fresh, I'm going to put everything right here. So those are 5 ways that you can communicate better every day in your life. I will link the microphone that I ended up getting off Amazon in the description box, so if you want to check it out yourself, you most certainly can. If you're new here, please consider subscribing because I do release videos every Monday and every Friday. Monday to get your week started and Friday to get your weekend going. I also do release bonus videos at random, so make sure you turn that notification bell on and you won't miss a thing. So thank you so much again, guys. I really appreciate you checking it out. I will catch you next time. Thanks so much.
I pretend that we are okay.